Hey guys, what's going on? This is Brad from the Ed Army, and today we are having a theory on the D Brigade and finding out what the mission is that changed them completely. So without further ado, let me get into it as always. But always first, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Ed Army, where you can add yourself to. We're on the race to 75 subs, and I just want to thank you guys really quick. I did have to go on a quick stop for this week. Not because I was back with work, but unfortunately I had some family stuff to take care of, so I just couldn't wait. And I'm trying to get this out to you guys as soon as possible, so hopefully this is probably Friday or Saturday, because I had to do the editing for it. It's not much because it's a 5-minute theory, but still I don't want to just send out a video with me talking without just a little bit of pictures to explain what's going on. So first and foremost, what is this theory about? Basically, the D Brigade themselves were... I won't give out the full background because I'll have you guys look it up, because I'll do a lore video on them probably later on. It's just for right now, this theory, I don't want to go too much into it, but they're basically cyborg dragon Digimon. They are a militant / police force group, which is very interesting. I think they're one of the only ones in the digital world that actually function in this principle of using basically human data, or at least like based off of human data. Like there's assassins, there's foot soldiers. They basically have like almost like riot forces. It's pretty interesting. But as I get into the theory, basically, the D Brigade themselves were this group, and I'm assuming from basically their bio itself, they were actually given missions to do assassinations as well as attacks. We know from Ghost Game that Sealsdramon was actually prominently featured in an episode about being an assassin, and basically I think they just train up by, unfortunately killing other Digimon to prove that they're actually good at doing their job. So, basically they're not necessarily good or bad. They kind of just do what they can to make success, I guess, because they also have an underlying theme of trying to make the ultimate or better Digimon, which we see something almost like similar to how Machinedramon was made. But for the D Brigade specifically, the very interesting things that we see is that they were given a specific mission to eliminate a specific group. This is actually mentioned in their lore, being codenamed Bantio, and due to English translation, we would later know this is basically Bancho as it's derived. So effectively, they were sent to take out the group of Bancho Digimon. Now, at first, I couldn't figure out a reason why or who would even want to take them out, but I do have a good guess of what the mission was based on. I do think they were sent to take out the champion level and ultimate level Digimon. Now, my reasoning for this is basically that in the explanation of how Darkdramon actually came into existence, it was explained that it was injured in a mission, a specific mission, and it was once a tank Dramon that was experimented on, and it became Darkdramon. Now, the reason I think this actually happened and was a mistake was they were given explanations to their targets, and I think what they were told was they were actually going after champions and ultimates, which would make sense because all of the Bancho Digimon are focused around champions and ultimate level Digimon that have ascended to mega level, and I do think this was the problem, is that they were given bad information. They were told that this was probably going to be an easy mission to take out some champions and ultimates for this group. However, when they actually headed out to deal with the mission and got to the battlefield, I think they probably were shocked when they actually engaged the Digimon and were wiped out very quickly because they were dealing with megas. Now, I don't think if it's a lore implication, maybe there's something they want from the Bancho group. I personally think this was more of a accidental mishap on their communication, because it'd be kind of funny because they are like militant and police force. They just got wrong info and they tried taking out a group they couldn't handle. And we get to the situation where the tank Dramons are getting wiped out. One manages to survive. I do think that the whole group of the Command Dramon and the tank Dramon, for the most part, are destroyed except for the one. A good amount of the Seals Dramon are defeated, and I think maybe a few survive so they can explain the story. And then we get to the whole situation where they end up deciding that they need better equipped, because the Bancho group would have just wiped out a good portion of their good force. So they decided to redo and make something even stronger. That's how we ended up getting Darkdramon. But the problem was the damage that the tank Dramon probably received ended up warping it, and when it turned to Darkdramon, it went on a rampage. It caused destruction, and then I think some of the data focused around the D Brigade leaks out, and basically the rest of the digital world understands the D Brigade isn't necessarily this good force that they may have been propping themselves up to be, that they're kind of just like almost a military for hire, type of that security force, so not the best. It would also lead into the implication of them continuing to design better troops, which would allow the Command Dramons to obviously turn to High Command Dramon, and then vice versa into Cargo Dramon for better transport and support, and then finally into Brigade Dramon in order to basically function as a more suitable but also functional replacement to what Darkdramon was supposed to be and actually get the job done. But effectively, that is the 5-minute theory, guys. So that's what we have today. I really like this, and I'm going to expand on it more, so you might be able to picture what the next videos are going to be lore-wise about some of the stuff before I obviously go back to like Imperial Digimon and Omnimon's story, where I'm still cooking that up. So effectively, I wanted to talk about this group because I really like this, and it's one of the stranger origins in terms of, like lore, because them versus the Bancho group is really interesting because I don't see why they would want each other with a war, like want to go against each other unless there's some implication. But hey, that's what we have. I really appreciate it, guys. This is the 5-minute theory that you have for this week, and also I'm going to be back to regular video uploads probably by next week, as long as the stuff that I'm dealing with right now doesn't take me away from it. But as always, guys, this is Brad from the Ad Army signing off, and for all of you out there, to sign on.